Welcome back, guys. Episode 17 of Undercover Weebs. We're getting after it right now, and today we're going to be going over anime that need remakes. There's a whole bunch of anime that need remakes and just be unbelievable if they were remade well. So, yeah, this is going to be a fun one.
Yeah, a lot of anime that need the Brotherhood treatment.
Yes, a lot of anime that need the Brotherhood treatment. There's so many.
There's so many stories that are just ruined by bad adaptations.
Yeah,
and
it's unreal.
It can be, they can really ruin it, especially when it comes to like pacing or some shows really have bad pacing and others have just insane amount of fillers, which is you're gonna see is common on at least on my top 10 list here.
Yep, I have a couple. I think that filler definitely takes away from it. Yeah, you want to start us off with one here, AK?
Sure. So my number 10 is actually a show I've never seen, and that's Monster. And I just wanted to get remade so I can fucking see it.
Yeah, dude, that is actually for real. I didn't even think about that because I heard it got a good adaptation, but why can't we watch it anywhere?
Like, it's impossible to see it anywhere. The only spot where I can find to watch it is if I buy it off of eBay, like a disc set.
Yeah.
And it's $500 for the disc set. No, thank you.
Yeah, no. Miss me with that.
I don't even know when it was released, but I know it wasn't anytime recently. Or like within the last 10 years.
No, I think it's like early 2000s. If I'm correct there.
It does have an older animation style. I know.
Which is fine. I actually I like older animation styles, but it's just sometimes the pacing, at least this is what I've noticed in older anime, can just be brutal. Just brutal.
Because in older anime, you notice they do start the anime, or like more older ones, they kind of go along with the manga.
Yeah,
like side by side, instead of like now they wait for enough to come out of the manga that they can actually make seasons that are not just filled with filler or stringing things out.
And that's the way to do it.
I agree.
Honest. Because a good example of that is My Hero Academia.
Yeah,
I think
I agree with that.
Since they wait for it to come out, the animation is always amazing. And if other series got that same treatment, it'd be unbelievable.
And a show that actually really struggles with it, I'd say, is Black Clover.
Yep, Black Clover does really struggle with that.
Because I'd say about the middle of the series, you definitely notice a steep decline in animation.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
It doesn't have really the problem of stringing things out, I wouldn't say. But now we're hit a filler arc.
I honestly think the pacing was very good.
The pacing was very good, I'd say.
Or as fast as they cooked out those episodes, it was honestly, they did a pretty good job with the pacing.
Yeah, that's the main problem of shows that release year-round. But
yeah, so my number 10 here, I have Neon Genesis Evangelion. And it's at 10 because I fucking hated it. I hated it, but if it was remade better, I might really get into it.
And I actually thought about putting it on my list, but then I remembered it actually is currently being remade. So,
it is?
Yeah, that's what Netflix has like movies out that are. I'm pretty sure it's the whole retelling of Evangelion. I want to say it's the whole thing.
I hope so. I'll actually watch them if that's the case. Well, if I think it's good enough to watch.
Yeah, I mean, me and you both still need to watch the end of Evangelion.
Yeah, I definitely am gonna have to check that out before I do dive into it again. That's for sure.
Is the end of Evangelion an alternate ending?
I thought, I don't know, so I might butcher this, but I thought the end of Evangelion wrapped it up in a canon manner. I don't know.
Yeah, because the end of the anime was just like a big clusterfuck.
So many questions left unanswered.
No, it was so abstract that none of it made any sense.
Well, I feel like another reason I didn't like it that much is because I was way more interested in the world around Shinji And then the ending was just like, okay, Shinji's getting over his stuff. And I'm like, well, that's not even what I really cared about in the first place. So
no, I was more
screw
into
this.
the lore of like the alien guys.
Same. That was like the most interesting part that I kept watching to never find out anything about.
I think they really failed on that. But maybe they explain it in the end of Evangelion.
Yeah, maybe they do.
We both still need to watch it, so
we do. We do.
We might be speaking a little too early on that.
True. I heard that it actually, from what I've heard, it's supposed to change your thoughts on the series, which I really hope it does. I really hope it does.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the new movies are complete remakes, so that's why I left it off on my list. But don't quote me on that one. So my number 9 is Bleach. And I put Bleach on here because the amount of filler in Bleach it just hurts. It's so much. It has like a 40% filler rate.
Yeah. Kind of like the Naruto treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I could look up a list and skip out on all the filler stuff and do that, but that's so much work.
That is a lot of work. And then sometimes, like, even at the beginning of canon episodes, they'll, like, make a reference to, like, a filler arc or something that they just went over, and then you're like, what? Huh?
Yeah, that's tough. Bleach is... I think the anime is restarting again to adapt the last couple volumes or whatever that weren't adapted.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Yeah, I think I heard about that as well.
I don't know when that's supposed to be releasing.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think I've seen stuff about it. It's got to be coming up soon here because it's starting to get hype. And I thought about Bleach as well. The only reason I didn't put it on here is because I feel like the anime is pretty highly regarded.
Yeah.
So I don't know enough to put it on this list, but I have another one that's kind of similar to Bleach coming up here later. So that's the only reason I didn't put it on there.
Yeah. And I only watched up through the Soul Society arc, which is known as even one of the best arcs in shonen.
Yeah.
And it was done very well in the anime. But then right after that, you hit a big filler arc.
Right.
So I just stopped.
I never understood that because you just kill the hype with the filler arc. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, come on.
I wish people did filler arcs like One Piece because those filler arcs are entertaining.
They're actually entertaining. They're good. Like...
Except for the Apis filler arc, that one sucked. I hated that one. But there was a Rainbow Mist filler arc that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, there's one filler arc I forget. I forget the name of it. I haven't watched the anime in so long, but it was actually entertaining and it was good. They're known to have pretty good ones though.
They have decent anime writers, I guess, unlike the writers of other filler arcs.
I mean, if you're going to do filler, make it interesting and not just completely out of left field, out of pocket shit that makes no sense.
Which is usually the problem with filler.
Yeah. So with my 9, I have Dragon Ball Z for a very similar reason. Because I think the anime just really kills Dragon Ball Z. Like, I feel like if I read the manga, I would thoroughly enjoy it.
And that's kind of how I feel about Dragon Ball as a whole, as a series. I think that I would actually not mind it if I read it.
Yep.
But then, I don't know, there's like a bunch of different Dragon Ball stuff, and I wasn't sure if some of them are remakes or if some of them are like, you know what I mean? Or if it's just like continuing stories.
It's just such a colossal series that's everywhere. It's kind of hard to dive into it. I feel like if I ever go back into it, it's going to be because they're doing a remake, or I'm just going to pick up the manga.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the original Dragon Ball, and I watched Dragon Ball Z for like 40 episodes or something when I was like just starting to watch anime. And I just thought to myself, this is so much shittier than every other anime I've seen. Like, why is this so popular?
It's definitely something you got to start on, I feel like, because otherwise you see stuff that is just amazing, animated beautifully, has such a deeper story, and then you hop into Dragon Ball and it's just like testosterone.
I could totally see if I watched it when I was younger, I think I would have that nostalgia factor, and I do think I would enjoy it, but I don't.
Right, and like just imagine if they had good animation and they strung together like some actual like choreographed fight scenes, and they cut down on like the power up time and all the pointless like stuff that just made it drag on. Like they could literally cut the series. It could be a third of the length if it is if they cut out the filler and they cut out the super long power ups. And then I think it'd be fine. I think it would be a great show.
Is the power ups just because they didn't have enough content to continue like the next episode, or is it just
that's a good
for
question.
No reason? Because I don't know what the timeline is on that either.
I also don't. I couldn't tell you. I would assume because like I'm pretty sure Vegeta powers up at one point for like 6 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's just pointless stuff in the background while Vegeta's powering up, and it's just like okay.
Yeah, like, in the part of Dragon Ball that I saw, or Dragon Ball Z that I saw, it's where I'm pretty sure Goku like dies or something. He's running on a road, and he runs on the road for like 10 episodes.
Yeah,
and it's like, is anything ever gonna happen?
Yeah,
you're just waiting for nothing.
Vegeta blasts him and he holds Nappa, and then it just puts a hole through his chest. Is that the part where you're talking about? Like that's how he died.
I think so. Yeah.
It definitely. I don't know. I feel like if it got a good adaptation, it would actually be good, but it probably won't. Because they're not struggling for money. I don't think they really... Yeah.
I don't think it's one that'll get remade, to be honest.
Yeah, me neither. What do you got next?
Next up, people are going to be taken back by this one. But I think it needs to be remade purely for animation, and that's Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh, that's on my list. That is on my list, actually.
Because Yu Yu Hakusho has a great story. So far, it's a great story.
Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho is amazing.
But
the animation,
it's old animation for what it is. I mean, it's not terrible, but I think that if it had like Madhouse remake it, I think it'd be so much better. I just think if they actually gave detail to things around in the surroundings.
I also think it could definitely benefit from a remake. And not saying it's bad or any means, but I feel like it's so good that if you remade it, you wouldn't have to tweak that much, and it would just be a masterpiece.
It's definitely a minimalistic art style as well.
And like the pacing is pretty good, but you could even fix some of that and just make it. Oh, it'd be so amazing.
What episode are you on right now?
20. I am just about done with the first season. I think mid-20s.
Yeah, I'm about halfway or 3/4 way through the second season. I'm on like 40 something.
Mm-hmm.
But as I'm watching it, I just think to myself, wow, this could really be so much better if it was done in like 2010.
Yeah.
Instead of the 90s.
Right. It does have an old style.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they just got to get Kuwabara's voice actor back, though, if they ever remake it. Kuwabara is
my roommate says he sounds like Muscle Man from the regular show.
I've never seen the regular show.
If you heard it does sound a little bit like Muscle Man from the regular show. After this episode, you got to look him up because he's an interesting looking guy.
I fucking love Kuwabara.
Kuwabara so much. is so funny. He's definitely my favorite character in.
Same. Dude, he actually makes me laugh like out loud like once an episode.
Oh yeah,
to be
same.
honest.
Same.
God,
he's just such a big idiot.
He's just such an idiot, but he's just such a good guy. Yeah, I love Kuwabara. Yu Yu Hakusho. That was your 8.
That was my number 8.
My number 8. I have Soul Eater.
Okay, yeah, that was one that I actually never even thought of, but now that you say it. It has been known to just have a shitty adaptation.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I thought it was good because it was probably like in my top 10 anime that I watched, like first 10, and I really liked it. It was honestly up there as one of my favorites for a while. But then I was seeing shit online about how it wasn't good. I was like, "What do you mean this show's gas?" And then like people just talking shit about how bad the adaptation was. So like if Soul Eater got a good adaptation, I feel like it could be very, very, very good because I still enjoy it even to this day. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think the problem with people saying it has a bad adaptation is just purely like the manga people think it's a bad adaptation, but then the people that haven't seen the manga and just watched the anime probably think it was great because they don't know that it's different.
Exactly. So like, shit, it kind of makes me want to read the manga because I did really enjoy it.
Mhm.
I thought it was very interesting.
And I'm pretty sure that's the same mangaka that makes Fire Force.
I believe you are correct. Yeah.
So he's pumped out 2 pretty good manga in that case.
Yeah, for real. I mean, Soul Eater's got really interesting characters too. Like, there's a lot of very cool characters in the
Mhm.
show, and it really, if it got a remake, it could be very good. I think it would. A lot of people would tune in and watch it.
Yeah, I have not seen it, but that's probably one that I will watch sooner or later, just because
Yeah,
it is a pretty big name
yeah, and
to
it's
not have
good.
seen.
I think you'd enjoy it.
Yeah, and I don't know anything about it, so I don't think I would be able to even tell that it's a bad adaptation from whatever. I think I'd just go into it thinking it
Yeah.
is what it is, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, that's all I got to say on Soul Eater. Take it away.
All right. My number 7 is one that just finished airing, I think about a year and a half ago, and that's Karakuri Circus.
Oh yeah, you've talked about this before.
So it comes to the pacing in this one. So the first half, was it split up? I don't remember if it was like one long season or if it was split up into different seasons. But the first half was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much up until the point where one of the main characters is said to be dead.
Yep.
Uh, and then after that, I guess they just pumped like an insane amount of chapters into like 10 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And you could, like me who hasn't read the manga, I could tell that there were things missing here.
Yep.
Because there were so many things that are just like, it just flew through them and it started to not make a lot of sense.
Yep.
And I think that if they would have, I don't know what goes on with some of these animation studios or whatever, but why do you do that?
Yeah,
Like, you
I don't.
make so much more money if you do it well.
It has to be something with like their budget and how much money's coming in.
I
Because
suppose
I also
whatever
don't
the people,
understand.
whatever they're getting paid to animate it is, like, they can only get so many episodes worth, I guess. I don't know if that's how it works. I don't know how the anime industry works.
I don't either. I actually have no clue at all.
But that one is definitely hurting from the pacing.
That's just an anime that really went under the table, and I heard about it a little bit. And
Probably from me.
Yeah, probably. I literally haven't heard anyone talk about it like ever.
I
So,
am the only person I know that has seen Karakuri Circus.
I think you're the only person I know out of any like anime YouTubers that I follow that have also seen it. I'd never hear it talked about ever. Like
The only reason I watched it is because I saw that clip on.
That went viral.
I don't know if it was on Instagram or probably on Instagram of him walking or going back to school for the first time after what happened to him.
Yeah.
And that one scene made me watch the whole anime, which I thought up until that scene, that's pretty much where it starts to have its downfall, actually.
Yeah.
And up until that scene, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It's got a weird concept, but it was pretty good. Really weird concept, actually.
That scene hit pretty heavy, too. So
yeah.
That would have drawn me in as well.
Yeah, so that's all I have to say about Karakuri Circus. What's your number 7?
My number 7 is Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh, huh?
Yes, dude. I think a Yu-Gi-Oh! remake would be tight, to be honest with you. I think it'd be badass.
I think if it was, but the thing is, aren't they coming out with like new Yu-Gi-Oh series?
Yeah,
every
but
year?
I want like an OG,
remake the original one.
Yeah, with like Yugi and Kaiba and on those guys. That would be cool because Yu-Gi-Oh is still something I can get behind. Like, to be honest, I think it was, it's tough to rewatch, but like I feel like if it was remade and you took like, I don't know, I think it could be super sick. Make it a little more adult themed. Like, throw in some good animation, I think it would be gas.
It was kind of the more adult version of Pokemon to start off with. The only reason I didn't watch, or I haven't watched it, is because I don't think I can get into the whole card game kind of thing.
Yeah.
However, as a kid, I used to get Yu-Gi-Oh cards like they're crack. Because those things look dope.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh cards are sick, and the game was fun, actually.
Yu-Gi-Oh is much superior to Pokemon, no cap.
100%. 100%. I don't even know if anyone really would argue that. Like, it was the superior game. Honestly, probably the superior anime. I don't know. I never really got into Pokemon.
I never did either. I never watched the original Pokemon. I never really watched much of Yu-Gi-Oh. So I don't think I've watched maybe a couple episodes here and there when I was younger.
Yeah.
Just because I'd watch it because I had the cards. I think if it did make a remake, I think I'd probably watch it.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. I really do. It's not one that, I mean, I don't know. I think it'd be sick, but it's not terribly high. All right, what's your next one?
My next one is one that's still airing. And it has one season left, and it's 7 Deadly Sins.
Yes, that is a good one. I didn't even think about that one, but that could really...
Holy shit balls, does that have some bad animation.
It's so bad. Oh, it's so bad.
Like, wowza.
Dude, talk about a show that
Holy
writes its
cow.
characters amazingly.
Oh my god.
But like watching
Such
it
good
hurts
writing.
sometimes, dude. It hurts. Like
Such
it's
good
hard
writing.
to watch, bro. The writing's amazing.
I don't know who the author of it is, but he makes the best characters in all of manga and all of anime.
100%.
He makes them so deep. Well, I guess that's kind of his thing though, because he doesn't like the story. I really couldn't give two shits about.
Yeah.
But the characters themselves are just so deep. Every single one of them.
No, yeah. Every single character gets fleshed out. And it does such a good job. He honestly has a gift with fleshing out characters. It's impressive.
Have you finished the last season?
No, I can't watch it, dude. It hurts my eyeballs.
Oh my god, dude. My favorite character arc is in the last season, though.
Gothers, right?
Gothers' character arc is so good.
Nakaba Suzuki is the writer.
That man's is really good at writing characters.
He's so good at writing characters. He literally, some of my favorite characters of all time are literally in his show. Like Bon and Escanor are up there.
Yeah, I would say there are a lot of my favorite characters are in from 7 Deadly Sins.
It's the whole reason I watched the show, to be honest with you.
There's one character in 7 Deadly Sins in this last season that dies that you would never expect to die. And actually, I didn't think that he was supposed to, like, I think that he might come back in some way, because I just feel like it can't be true. But he's dead right now. Dude, you gotta finish it. What episode are you on?
I don't even know, man. Honestly, it's been a while. I'm watching so many things right now. I've gotten to the dive where I think I'm watching 8 different things.
I think I'm watching about that many as well.
So I like kind of forget about like I'll see like I've been grinding Golden Kamui, and then I watch like the weekly episodes of Higurashi, Akudama Drive.
I'm behind on Higurashi.
And then I forgot about Yu Hakusho. I watched a couple episodes the other day. And then I totally forgot about 7 Deadly Sins. I got to get back into that. It's hard to juggle them all.
Yeah. So even though 7 Deadly Sins animation is so shitty, I'll still tell anybody that's made it up to this last season, like, you can't stop watching.
You got to watch it, yeah.
Because the characters are just so good.
It's just the animation isn't putting it as a priority on my list. That's the only reason. So I'm just like, I'll finish it when I finish it, you know?
This is the only one on my list that is purely because... No, actually, I take that back. The next one I have on my list is also purely because of the animation. But
well, the next one on my list was Yu Hakusho. We already talked about it.
Yeah. So then I guess I'll just segue right into my number 5. I don't know what I would consider worse for animation between my number 5 and my number 6. My number 5 is Ajin.
I haven't seen it and I have no need. Like I don't want to. It's not high on my list at all.
It makes me want to throw up.
Dude, oh man, Ajin is just so ugly.
It is horrific.
It's so bad.
Like,
it is so
even
bad.
in terms of 3D CGI, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
It's so bad.
People's faces are just like static. They have no expression.
That's up there with like the new Berserk CGI. Just terrible.
The thing is though, people still like Ajin. I don't get it. Like, I don't even know how you can make it through the. I made it through the first season, but wow, was that a struggle?
Yeah. Nope, not into it. Not into it at all.
It really is a story that I do think I would enjoy, because it is darker, and it's got a lot of more philosophical deepness.
Mm-hmm.
But the animation is so bad. Holy shit, is it bad?
Dude, AK, have you seen the 2016-2017 Berserk CGI?
I've seen like clips of it.
Dude, it's bad. It's up there with Ajin's. Like, it's just as bad.
Is it?
It's
oh my
it's
goodness.
Bad. And Ajin's is bad, but this is just as bad.
It's so hard to do a good CGI.
It is. And like, even if someone does do a good CGI, people bitch. Because Dorohedoro did a very good CGI.
Yes, Dorohedoro is a great
and people
CGI.
still bitch about it. And I'm like, come on. It was good. Don't even, like, the CGI, it was honestly pretty fire.
Even in, like, regular anime, or, like, when it's hand-drawn, or I don't even know if it's not even hand-drawn anymore. I don't know what the hell they use to animate things. But when they stick in a CGI something, it's so obvious and noticeable.
Right.
And it just looks bad.
There are some shows that do it okay, but some, oh my god, the bear in Golden Kamuy, AK, you're gonna laugh your ass off when you see that
bad?
thing. Oh my god, it's the funniest CGI ever, because the anime is fire, but Lord have mercy, and the animation's good, it's fire, but this bear, for some reason they use CGI bears, man, and it's the only time they really use CGI, and it is hilarious.
Yeah, like, it's pretty hard to fit in CGI into your regular style.
Yeah.
The only show that I can think that really does it very well is actually Attack on Titan, because I'm pretty sure the Colossal Titan most of the time is CGI.
Fate Zero.
Does Fate Zero use CGI? Oh, I take back everything I said. UFO Table, whatever they do with CGI is usually amazing.
Yeah.
Because Demon Slayer CGI was next level.
Yeah, it really was. Dude, Demon Slayer CGI, like, it was like one of the only CGIs that really enhanced the anime. Like, it made it better.
When is the movie supposed to release in America? Because I think it already released in Japan.
I honestly, it has. Wait. Why do I want to say like January? I think it's soon.
I want to say it's January, but I'm not 100% sure.
Dude, I'm so pumped to go to that movie.
Dude, we're gonna have to go together. The only thing is, it might not. I don't know where it's gonna air. You know.
Yeah, I'll drive an hour.
I will too. Easy. Well, Ajin, your CGI shit. We can move on.
My next one, Rooney Kenshin.
Rooney Kenshin, huh?
I have seen it. I haven't seen the whole thing. It was good, but I'm just thinking if this got like an adaptation, it would be a masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it would actually be unbelievable because the story was pretty good. Pacing was all right. It just kind of has that old style of animation. Yeah. But I think it's not so highly regarded where people would just bitch that it's being remade. I think it would just benefit it as a whole, and it would just make it so much better.
Yeah, and that's one that is another it is a classic.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen it, so I can't really give any input on it. But I will say that if anything's made before like 2005, usually it could use a remake in terms of animation.
Right.
The only actual studio that managed to hit it out of the park every time, no matter what year it is Ghibli.
Yeah. Ghibli is just on a different level.
Ghibli just puts so much care into their movies.
They're just passionate about it, to be honest. Because they honestly get pissed and like don't like where anime is going.
No, Miyazaki
hates
where anime is now.
So I feel like that just makes him take extra care of his stuff, and it shows because every Ghibli film, the animation is beautiful.
It's amazing.
Every single one.
Like, look at Akira, made in the 80s.
Yeah, like,
its animation is still amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I think I want to say that they put I know it's all hand animated, but I think they made twice the amount of frames that even people make nowadays with, like, they have software that makes the in-between frames or whatever.
Oh, yeah, 100%. People are lazy. Like, that's my thing, is I don't get why animation can suffer so bad in this day and age when it's so much easier to make.
I think it's just because they only care about how much money they're getting paid to make it.
Yeah, that's true.
And if it's not that much money, they'll just get it done as fast as they can and don't polish it off.
Yeah.
There's not very many studios that seem to really care about what they're putting out anymore.
For real. Like, Akira's animation is better than anything we've seen in Black Clover.
Yeah. Black Clover is not... There's parts of it that aren't bad, but there's parts of it that are really bad.
Mm-hmm. There are some parts that are actually animated. Who does that? Period?
Piero. I don't know how you say it, studio.
Don't they do Akudama Drive too?
Yeah, and that is done really well.
Yeah, that's done amazing.
I don't know what they're doing.
I don't either, because Akudama Drive has like 9 out of 10 animation.
Yeah, its animation is really, really good. I do think Akudama Drive is slightly helped with CGI, I want to say. It does look like it has some type of CGI filter or something over it.
Yeah, I think it does. It's got something.
But it does have good animation. But then you also go back to Seven Deadly Sins, it's Studio Dean. And I'm pretty sure no, that's David that does. Studio Dean does something that is done well.
I'm not sure.
But I was going to say JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but that's David Studios.
Yeah. JoJo's has good animation.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Piero this will not be the last Piero one we see on this list, because my number one is a Piero.
Honestly, I'm not very good at studios and what they do, but yeah, you could take away your next.
Yeah, my next one is One Piece.
Okay, I left that off my list.
I think I could get a lot of flack for this one.
No, I think it's very deserving, and I really thought about putting it on my list.
Yeah, the thing with One Piece is it just strings out things so bad.
Yeah, the pacing is abysmal.
Oh my god.
It's so bad.
Ooh, it's not as bad as Dragon Ball.
No.
Or Dragon Ball Z. But I'm assuming that's because, again, it was going like side by side with the manga pretty close.
One Piece was not.
Oh, it wasn't?
I mean,
in the beginning it wasn't?
Okay, in the beginning it probably was, because now they're
they're still pretty close, aren't they?
Yeah, they're like 40 chapters behind the manga.
Yeah, but they don't really ever have to worry about getting more content because Oda just pumps it out like a madman.
He's an absolute beast.
Has the One Piece anime ever gone on break, though?
I think the longest is only like a couple months.
Like, in arcs, like Alabasta, or even Skypiea, it's so noticeable, especially Alabasta. It's so noticeable that they're stringing things out. It's really bad.
Oh god, AK, I wish you were watching the anime through Dressrosa. Holy shit. I don't know how I managed to watch all of Dressrosa, because I think it took me like months.
I did find a website that cuts out all the filler, or like...
Yeah.
It has reduced versions, so it even cuts out the stringing out. I sent that.
You did.
And I think if I ever do watch it, I'm going to have to watch it through there.
Oh, 100%. Because it is very difficult to get through if you watch it.
The only thing about watching it through something like that, is I do enjoy the filler arcs. The filler arcs are good.
Yeah.
Like I said before, the Rainbow Mist one was really good, and I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, they do have good filler, and there's also there's honestly probably more comedy in the anime than the manga. The manga is hilarious.
The manga is hilarious.
There are little subtle things they do in the anime that just make me laugh.
Yeah, they just make you roll. So just the shit that Luffy will do, or just like in the background.
Yeah, it's so funny.
It is. And that's what I miss about watching the anime, because I did watch up through Skypiea, or not through Skypiea, but like halfway through Skypiea, before I started the manga.
Yep.
And I really do miss those little dumb things that they just sprinkle in there.
They are good. That's the only downfall. It's just the trade-off isn't worth it to me, because the manga is really good and you can get through it quicker.
Oh, I blaze through the manga.
Yeah.
Whenever I sit down to read, I read 40 chapters, or like I pretty much read arc by arc when I sit down to read.
Dude, AK, I'm so pumped because you're starting to get to some stuff where you just think, did Oda have this planned? Like, I don't understand how he does what he does, man, because he has so many working parts within one world, and I don't get it.
He's gotta have like a giant book of just like things that he like looks back on and brings him back into the story. He has to have it planned out so far. His brain works on a whole nother level that I cannot even fathom.
Same. Dude, he just like has so many layers to his writing and the story, and I don't get it. I seriously don't get it. Because there's no way I think sometimes like there's no way he had this planned out. But then he'll bring something up later in the series and you're like, oh my god, he actually had this shit planned out? Like I don't it's wild. That's crazy. Like, I could blow One Piece for an hour, but
One thing I'm not sure if it's just more like a gag or not is Duval. Because I just met Duval.
Dude, Duval.
And I thought that was the funniest shit ever.
Dude, it's kind of a gag, but it's also kind of not. He sticks around for a bit.
Because in no way, shape, or form was I expecting Duval to show up.
Yeah.
Because fucking Sanji's thing looks so bad, even though everybody says it looks exactly like him.
I know, and then you meet Duval and it's like, god damn it. Duval's a beauty.
If they did remake the One Piece anime, I honestly wouldn't mind if they remade all the filler arcs. Just throwing that in there. Sounds really weird.
I wouldn't either, to be honest with you.
But the filler's good. It is. Just the problem with the anime is they string things out so bad.
Right. Oh, I love One Piece. My next... Good. I wonder if you have this on your list. My next one I have on here is Fist of the Norse.
I do not have that one on there, but I also didn't even think of it, and if I had thought of it, it would be on here.
Because I can't say I've really seen much of Fist of the North Star, but the influence that it has is just so colossal in the anime community that I feel like it needs a remake. It needs it.
The only thing I've seen from Fist of the North Star is where he like pokes the guy in the head, and then he's just like "Omae Wamu."
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the guy explodes. That's the only thing I've seen.
Right.
But it's such an iconic show.
It is, and like it literally like basically was. It honestly had a huge role in JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. The characters look the same, I swear. Like, I don't know. I just feel like that needs a remake, and I don't really know much about it. I just know that Kenshiro is one of the most OP anime characters in their universe. I would watch it. I would get into it. I think it has potential.
Yeah, I have heard that JoJo's does take a lot of inspiration from Fist of the North Star, at least in terms of character design.
Yeah, in terms of character design. I think that's kind of where it draws the line, because JoJo's pretty creative.
Pretty wacky.
Yeah, pretty zany, pretty out there.
I am excited for JoJo's to continue. I don't know if any future seasons been confirmed yet. They gotta make them though.
No, bro, they had to have confirmed this next part, because they literally showed Jolene right at the end.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, she's chained up.
I do not remember that.
Yeah, they do. She's chained up, and it's Jolene Cujo.
Probably a post-credit thing I missed.
I don't even know if she has a stand. I don't know much about that part, because I know she's Jotaro's wife.
But in the last episode was the episode that was with the weird rock man that his rocks like formed into people, and then that predicted their death. Was it after that episode?
No, it was like it was like the closing scene was Jolie and Cujo chained up.
I don't remember that.
I swear to God.
Boy, you be tripping. That didn't happen.
I'm not. I swear to God.
I do not remember that.
I might be tripping. No, I'm not tripping, bro. I know it. It happened. I swear. Look,
it probably happened.
She has like green hair. She's ripped. It 100% did.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
All right.
Is that all?
You got the next one?
Yeah, my next one is Trigun.
Oh, that's coming up later on my list, and yes, it does. Yes, that needs a remake.
It's another one I haven't seen, but I want to watch, but I haven't watched because it's old. There's so many things with these anime, these old ones, that you have to watch them. This one, Trigun, Inuyasha, Yu Hakusho, all these old ones.
I guess it's like you gotta watch them because there's a lot there, but it's also it's old.
Like they're good anime, but them having the old animation style definitely hurts its audience.
100%.
Because if they aired now and had good animation, or even like not that good of animation, but
they'd be masterpieces still.
Yeah, because I will say pretty much everything that is animated now is better than Yu Yu Hakusho's animation. No matter if it's like shitty or not. Like One Punch Man season 2, for One Punch Man, it had shitty animation, but it was still better than anything that came out that was old.
Right. And then I also feel like another thing is when I'm watching an older style of animation, I'm literally thinking to myself, like, God, what if this was like done today and had like modern animation? Like how amazing it would be.
I think the Trigun story would really benefit from a newer style as well.
Oh, yeah, like say if Trigun got remade this last year, it would have been the best anime of this year because this year's kind of been lackluster.
The new season coming out though is pretty good.
Yeah. This new season is
the winter season is pretty intense. So is this the winter season or is this considered the fall season?
I think this is I think it's got to be winter season now.
I don't think winter season starts until like late December.
I'll tell you what though, AK, I saw a YouTube video I didn't click on today, and it was, if you like Jujutsu Kaisen, you haven't seen anything yet. It only gets better. And I was like, oh, that gets me hyped.
Jujutsu Kaisen is really good, but I still think it gets too much hype.
I think it's really good. I think it's honestly really good, and it's probably going to be the best anime of this last year if it keeps up.
I like Moriarty the Patriot way more.
Oh, I do like Moriarty the Patriot.
I love Moriarty the Patriot.
I don't think I like... God, that is a banger. It's those two for me.
Plus, I'm pretty sure The Great Pretender came out this year, and that was a banger.
I dropped it, bro.
Really, dude?
Yeah, I dropped it.
I watched it all in one day.
I was confused a little bit. I wasn't really that into it.
I could see it taking a specific kind of audience, but I really enjoyed it.
I mean, a lot of people did like it.
I don't know if that was released this year or not, though.
No, it was. I'm pretty sure it was released this year. Trigun. I love that. I mean, I really do love that show. I love it so much. It holds a little special spot in my heart.
Yeah, that'll be probably one of the next ones I pick up that's, like, not a seasonal one that's coming out. After I finish Yu Yu Hakusho, that'll probably be the next one. It's just
a really fun story. It's a really fun story, and it has a bunch of different levels. That has some. I enjoy it. My next one, I know we're gonna get to talking about this next one, AK.
What's
my next one, I got Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah, that's my number one.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it was gonna be up there.
The thing about Tokyo Ghoul is the first season, it was great.
Yeah,
first season really was good, and that's it.
That's it. That's it. Went downhill from there.
Wow, did it? I mean, the second season for a manga reader, if you'd already read the manga, went off the rails. because they did an anime original second season.
Yep.
Route A. I'm not going to spoil it. What is different because you might. I mean, I don't know how far you are in it, but you don't know what happens at the end. Or you have to be about halfway through before things start going in that direction.
Yeah, because right now it's still just Kaneki figuring out his stuff.
Yeah, but in the anime, they take a completely different route with Kaneki that you just can't fathom why he would do that if you had read the manga. But I didn't read the manga up to this point where I was reading or where I was watching Tokyo Ghoul because me and Isaac watched Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul Route A, which is what the second season is called. Yeah. In the span of 2 days.
You guys like grinded that out.
Yeah, we both it was like a weekend or something. I went over to his dorm, we sat down, they were halfway through the first episode. And we finished the rest of that season sitting right there. And then I came back the next day and we did the same shit with the second season. Yeah. And I thought actually the second season was pretty good for what it was because I didn't read the manga at that point. Right. But then the problem is with the original second season is they tried to stitch it back in because the second season was supposed to be like the ending of Tokyo Ghoul, like that anime, and then they went to Yeah. But it didn't fit together that way. It didn't work. Gotcha. So they started on so much shit just didn't make sense anymore. Yeah. And
that's what I've heard. Like everyone just says, like it's one of those anime where people say you can watch it, but I would rather have you read it, you know?
Yeah, because the thing is, if you do read manga, or if you ever plan on reading manga, if you watch the anime before, it's not one of those that it's like, oh, the manga is better. It's literally ruins the manga for you. Yeah. Because it does it so badly. Because they hit all the main story points, so you know what's going to happen everywhere. But they don't flesh anything out, or like it's just bad.
I am really liking the manga so far. It's gonna be up there in one of my favorites. I enjoy it. It's good. Could absolutely use a remake. If it got a remake, it would be an absolute masterpiece.
I'm so upset on the way it turned out. Actually, every time I think about it,
I tugged at your heartstring.
Oh no!
with I mean, Tokyo Ghoul.
It was gonna come up because it's my number one, but yeah. Oh my gosh,
dude! I like everything about it, dude. I love the character design so much. I kind of blow the character design, but I really think it's badass. I think the characters look so cool.
Yeah. I mean, it has good animation, too. This is done by Period.
Is it?
Yeah, this is one that's done by Period, and the animation is not bad. But I'm pretty sure the Tokyo Ghoul Re has 16 volumes, right? Yeah. You know how many episodes Tokyo Ghoul Re had?
12.
No, it had... I think it had like 26 or something.
Oh snap! I did not know that. I don't hear anything about Re.
So currently, Attack on Titan is like in the late. It has like 60 episodes. Yep. And it's only adapted up to volume 22. Yep. And Tokyo Ghoul, which is like the writing is as deep as Attack on Titan, if not deeper, and you really need to flesh things out, otherwise it's not going to make sense. Yeah. Tokyo Ghoul as a whole had 54 episodes, I think, and 30 volumes. Yeah. Like, come on. Whoever was funding this, and
They just blew it. They just blew it.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, it's so frustrating, dude, when like really good source material just gets shit adaptations. It's just tough. Tokyo Ghoul would be up there in some of the best anime of all time if it got a good adaptation.
Every time I think about it, it makes me sad inside.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. They really screwed it up.
So what do we just have? I bet you your second is the same as my one then.
Probably. I'm assuming they're both Berserk.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Berserk. God damn it, why can't that get a good adaptation? Holy shit. Oh my god.
You probably feel the same way about Berserk as what I do about Tokyo Ghoul.
I do, and I'm only, 8 volumes into Berserk, and I'm just like, oh my god. Oh, so bad. So bad. The 1997 version did an okay job, but if this got a great adaptation, it would just be a masterpiece. It would be so solid. They can't. They just keep botching it over and over again. I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah, what are they doing with that?
I have no
to
idea.
be honest.
Because the manga is continuously being released, and every time they drop a volume, people freak out. So I'm like, why can't we get a good adaptation? It's still popular.
Yeah, and why they always do the first arc.
Yeah.
And then they don't go any further.
It sucks. It really
How
sucks.
much? I wonder how much of the manga was out when they did the 97 version. Is that when it was released? 98?
Yeah, I think they had, because the 97 version still went through the eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't tell you exactly where the eclipse ends. I'm assuming it's got to be around 20.
Volume 20?
Yeah, volume 20.
What are there, like 40-something volumes out now?
Yep, I think around 50, somewhere in there.
It must not be a weekly release then.
No, it's not even close.
Is it just kind of whenever he feels like it, or what?
Yep, I think so.
Because when did One Piece start? In 98? And what are they on? Volume 96?
Something like that. Dude, yeah. Oda is just dedicated as hell, though. That's his baby, and he's like one of the only mangaka I feel like that's sick of writing. He's got he enjoys
next
it.
level dedication. Hey, he must.
Yeah.
He's got a story that he wants to tell, and
yeah,
it's a long story, but every single part of it is amazing.
Because God, I actually don't really hate that the Berserk mangaka takes his time, because
that makes the story
art
better.
Right, and the art style is next level. Some of the best art I've seen. It just,
I think
it's such a bummer.
I think Berserk has a much, much, much greater chance of getting remade than Tokyo Ghoul does.
I don't think so, because isn't there a Berserk series that's being released right now? The
I don't
CGI
think
one,
so.
isn't that still being released?
Are they? Is that? I thought they were done with it. Isn't that the movies? Are you talking about?
No, bro, they have a CGI series now. I'm
What?
pretty sure that's worse, bro. It's atrocious.
Why? What are they doing?
Dude, AK, I don't know what they're doing. Apparently they brought in a kid character that's not in the manga. And he's like Guts' little buddy. Like, I think they just threw it. They just said, I'm done. I just give up. We're just not going to do Berserk. It's just not something we're going to remake.
There's these iconic manga, and they're just destroying them.
It's so bogus. I feel like if you asked like 100 anime and manga experts what the best manga of all time was, I feel like about 60 of them would probably say Berserk.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, how can we not figure this out, people? We could make an absolute masterpiece, something that has not been seen before, and we just don't. Ugh.
God, I think with Tokyo Ghoul and Berserk,
dude, they could both be Attack on Titan level shit.
Oh, they could both easily be that good, if not better.
Right.
But
right.
I was gonna say that they're both too gory, but Attack on Titan's pretty goddamn gory.
That's pretty damn gory, dude.
Yeah.
A Goblin Slayer? Are you kidding me? Come on. They can make some shit.
I mean, Tokyo Ghoul is I don't know how gory Berserk is, but I'd say Tokyo Ghoul is significantly gorier than Attack on Titan. Or in at least what they show.
I think Berserk is probably gorier than both, to be honest. Berserk is messed up.
I'd believe that.
Berserk is actually foul.
I think the difference between at least Attack on Titan and Tokyo Ghoul in the terms of their goriness is the fact that Attack on Titan will insinuate it, while Tokyo Ghoul will show it in a panel.
Uh-huh.
and that's just something that I think animation studios are afraid of.
Yeah, they are. But it's also like, I feel like it makes it hit home. It makes it hit harder if you do animate some of that stuff instead of
for sure,
leaving it up.
For sure.
Because I mean, if you watch Berserk or you watch Tokyo Ghoul, Reddit, you know what you're getting into. You can do a faithful adaptation. If people aren't cool with that stuff, they're not going to continue to watch it.
Probably one of the biggest problems going back to Tokyo Ghoul, because I'm just, now that we're talked about it, I'm gonna talk about it forever.
Yeah,
they tried to make it into a shonen.
Yeah, they did.
It's just not a shonen.
No, it's very,
no matter how you look
far
at it,
from a shonen.
It's just not a shonen. They took out all the at least in the first season was done very well. A few things out of order here and there, but it was done okay. But past that, I mean, and I actually, thinking of it, the first few volumes are by far the least like gory and the most child friendly parts of Tokyo Ghoul.
I just got to the goriest part and it wasn't even that gory. It was the scene where that little girl gets, like, she has both of her parents' cognes and she just dices that dude with, like,
Motto.
Yeah,
that's no, the first arc ends with the Chu. No, actually, I think it's in different order in the anime. So I don't know, but the second half is significantly worse. Or actually, I'd say it's even writing wise, but it's more adult in the second half.
Oh, dude, I just remember where I left off on Tokyo Ghoul, and it's the part where Kaneki. What did he say? He said something super impactful to that guy that was trying to kill him. It was like Kaneki's first fight. I cannot remember what he said now. Oh,
his first fight?
It was his first fight. It was with that guy, and he didn't think that he was a ghoul at first. But then, I don't know, man, just a bunch of shit went down, and he, like, started to change this. What do they call the guys that hunt the ghouls?
That hunt ghouls? Oh, CCG?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, against Amon?
Yeah, I think maybe, yeah.
Kotaro Amon.
But what did he say to him? Now I'm drawing a blank, dude, but it was impactful as shit.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what's said, but it's something. It's basically he said he doesn't want to kill him.
Yeah, he's like, where are you going? He's like, I have to leave here so I don't kill you. And then he's like crying, trying to like fight back his urges.
That's a really good part.
That was a good part.
There's a parallel to that at the end of the. In the end of Tokyo Ghoul. What goes around came around. We got
Tokyo Ghoul's good. It's so good.
I got it figured out. I got to pick up Berserk though. You picked up Tokyo Ghoul, so I'll pick up Berserk. Make it a deal.
That's how it's got to be. They're both so goddamn good. Well, should we wrap it up here?
I suppose we could talk about Tokyo Ghoul and Berserk forever, but
so long. And I'm only going to be able to talk about it more of Tokyo Ghoul that I read, which I think is what I'm going to do tonight. I think I'm going to put away like 10 chapters.
It's a good option. I fully endorse that decision.
Alrighty, perfect. Well, thanks for listening, guys. Episode 17 in the books. Same time next week. And over Christmas break, me and Aki are thinking about doing a One Piece. We're going to make some One Piece episodes going over the One Piece chapters that he has just read. So basically the first half of the series prior to the time skip. So we're probably going to be coming out with 2 episodes a week.
Yeah, we're going to do
like One Piece. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do like an arc by arc breakdown and then an additional episode on top of that. That's just the normal kinds of episodes we have if you don't watch One Piece. So
yeah, so you'll get double the stuff.
Double dose.
All right, take it easy, guys. Thanks for listening.
Till next time.